So before we get started with this video, a majority of this video is going to be nothing more but classes. Don't worry, there's going to be some more stuff to happen near the end of the video. So if you don't want to see anything that involves with the classes, skip to whatever time is on screen and you'll get some enjoyment out of that. In a 3, 2, 1, let the show begin. Hey everybody, it's the D-Rocket100! Welcome back to more of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Last time we defeated Larry, we got him through the gym test. We had our Pokemon evolve, yada yada yada. We're now in the 40s. And this time, we're going to school. And I went in the completely wrong direction, didn't I? I did, didn't I? I have to admit, that's actually pretty funny. Okay, but in all seriousness, we got some classes that are now accessible to us. With one of them, I believe, is no. Alright, let's do it! Why am I getting excited to be going to school? You know, says the guy who's a kind of a college dropout, but actually, you know what? I forgot I was still wearing the helmet. I didn't know that I could wear the helmet in school. Alright. Hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Did you all try using the 0 button to let your Pokemon out as I taught you in our last class? Walking along with your Pokemon lets you see how unique and cute they all are. I also highly recommend picnics for when you want to spend more time, quality time together with the Pokemon in your party. You get them all around the table to make sandwiches and play. It's really a lot of fun. Want to learn more about making food? Mr. Saguaro is a class the best place to go. Now, sometimes while you're enjoying a picnic with your Pokemon, you may find something very, very important in the basket next to your table. It's very important, something that isn't what Pokemon are born from. Let's all say it together. Eggs! Phew, you all got it right. Alright. Very important is something I'm talking about is a Pokemon egg. It's not clear where the eggs come from, when two Pokemon love each other very much, but they're probably placed in the basket rather than stealthily by the Pokemon at the picnic. A documentary that seems kind of kinky. I don't know what you guys are into, but walking around with an egg will help warm it, which allows it to hatch. Eggs will warm up by sitting in boxes, though. You need to have them in your party. And here's one more super important thing I'd like you to remember about eggs. Pokemon trust us with their eggs because they believe in us. So I'm sure you would be happy to see you all being responsible parents for your little Pokemon eggs. Whoops, most important point, it came right as the bell rang. Well, see you all next time, I guess. I know there's some Pokemon that are compatible for breeding, but the problem is, I never really got that. And you know what? As much as I really love this thing, oh, that's not it. Wait, I still have my glasses on underneath the helmet. I didn't know we could do that. There's something new every time I play this game. Hello everyone, let's have a fun class today. Tell me, do you enjoy shopping? Buying tasty bread or choosing new clothes? Even just window shopping is so much fun. In today's class, I'd like to use shopping, one of our own favorite hobbies, mind you, to teach you all about math. I'm sure everyone here has visited a Pokemon at least once. They sell all sorts of Pokemon items. Pokeballs are one of the many useful items you can find there. They cost 200 each. Now then, I'd like you to do some thinking here with me. 1 Pokemon 200. If you had 2,000 and bought as many Pokeballs as you could afford, how many would you receive? This is a trick question. Trust me, I'm gonna say 11. This will make sense. And no, I'm not an idiot. That's correct. Well done, Derek. With 2,000, you can afford to purchase a maximum of 10 Pokeballs. However, if you purchase 10 or more in any one type of Pokeball, you will also receive one Premier Ball, a special white ball, as a bonus. Trick question. So the correct answer is, in fact, 11. She really likes to go for technicality on this, doesn't she? Sure is nice to get a little bonus like that on a shopping trip, isn't it? Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in my next class. I hope you're looking forward to it too. Alright, I say we get in a round of more classes in. And who knows, maybe we'll squeeze in one more round of classes in as well. I don't think we're quite close enough for the midterms yet. And yes, there are midterms in this game. As if this game couldn't be boring to those who just didn't want to go to school. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now part of history. Today, we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. About 2,000 years ago, this region came under the rule of the Chaldean Empire. Historical accounts describe the Chaldean Emperor as being quite the dictator. This emperor also zealously believed the legend of the treasure that rests deep within Area Zero. I must mention that the civilization of our ancestors were not as developed as ours is today. People back then were far more likely to believe in mysterious legends, magic, and beings beyond human comprehension. In an attempt to gain the power to stand against Chaldean neighboring countries, the Emperor sent people to join the hunt for the fabled treasure of Area Zero. Aha! Perfect time to make eye contact now, Derek. Answer me this. Approximately how many years ago was it that the Chaldean Empire began to rule this kingdom? Yes, a blank screen. 2,000 years ago. That is correct. You are simply clever one, aren't you? I see you're listening intently in my lecture. The answer is about 2,000 years ago. That is when the great era of exploration began. However, it is said that not a single adventurer sent out by the Emperor even reached the depths of Area Zero. Was it the punishing journey itself that barred their way? Or perhaps some unknown creature? The resounding failure of this great era of exploration almost certainly heightened the air of mystery surrounding the crater. What I wouldn't give to explore Area Zero in its untouched state at that time. I suppose I can only hope for the swift invention of a time machine. Oh, is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up into my feelings of mind with the knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. So, right for it. Is one very interesting individual. She's hiding a lot of mysteries surrounding her character. We'll be talking more about that later, but some things that you've been paying attention are actually in link with another game, Pokemon Legend Arceus. We'll be talking about that later. My dear friends, how are you all today? Feeling absolutely fantastic, I hope? It's time for Salvatore's language lesson. It's appropriate. Are you ready, everyone? You can answer with yes or oui. Oui. C'est super. In our last class, I believe I taught you all how to say thank you in other languages, right? Les inclures de la oui in today's class. We will learn about a certain word sure to make people happy when you use it in your travels abroad. What word, you ask? Well, you have to guess. Delicieux, habochi, bueno. Can anyone tell me what these words mean? It is delicious. Whoa, correct, c'est super. I knew I could count on you, Derek. Delicieux, habochi, bueno. All these words means delicious. Using the local words for delicious at markets or restaurants is sure to get a big soiree. A smile, that is, from whoever you're talking to. Oh, it'll make communication go more smoothly, I guarantee it. People love it when someone says the cuisine of their homeland is delicious. Who wouldn't really be, hooray, happy to receive such a compliment? And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. The first step to smooth communication is to compliment the person you're talking to. After all, it's not very likely that a compliment would put someone in a bad mood. This doesn't only apply to people in other regions either. It's the same for all of you too. You can put this tip to use with your classmates. How about you all try complimenting each other after class? I bet it will make an ambiance sympathetic, a more friendly atmosphere. That's all for today. See you on the prochain cours. Next lesson, that is. Adios, amantine. Why do I feel like every time I'm talking as this guy and also trying to speak their language, I feel like I'm being racist? I don't mean to be. Never took Spanish in high school. But at least I'm trying. Another day, another round of battle style. Also, let's get right to it. Is everyone excited for the treasure hunt? It's always a great adventure. You get to take on gyms, go to new places, and run all around the place with your partner Pokemon. And while you're running around out there, I bet you'll come across some big, shining crystals fairly often as well. These crystals are actually collections of terrestrial energy that speed it up out of the ground. You can check out these crystals to battle Terra Pokemon with your friends or other trainers in a group of 4. We call those battles Terra Raid battles. The Terra Pokemon you face off against in Terra Raid battles are crazy tough. They sometimes act differently than regular Pokemon, so you'll need to be on your guard. Luckily, trainers can also use a special action in Terra Raid battles. It's called Cheering. And there are 3 different cheers you can use. The first cheer is Go All Out. It boosts the attack and special attack of an ally Pokemon. The second is Hang Tough. This one boosts the defense and special defense of an ally Pokemon. And the third? Well, let's see if you can guess. The cheer restores HP for all ally Pokemon. What do you think it is? Heal up! That's right. Maybe I should make you the battle teacher, huh, new kid? The third and final cheer is Heal Up. It's a real powerhouse with the ability to both restore HP and cure status conditions. You can cheer up to 3 times during a single Terra Raid battle. Also, cheering uses up a turn in battle, so you won't be able to have your Pokemon using any of the moves when you cheer. In conclusion, try everything at your disposal. If nothing seems to be working, try cheering on your allies. Provide support for your team can sometimes open to a new realm of possibilities. Aw man, I was just about to suggest that we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we're out of time. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Now I feel like I'm being sexist. I'm trying to make her talk like a battle girl, but I guess to be fair, she's kind of, I don't know if this is the case, but a little down under, if you ask me. No hatred for you guys, of course. You guys are like the best accents ever. Like, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi! Let's go to art class. Just so I don't have to dig myself a deeper hole for this. Okay, alright. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. In our previous class, we discussed what beauty is. which might have been a little boring for you. So today, I thought I would mix things up a little to pique your interest in art. Allow me to introduce our special guests. This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you would be so kind as to terrestrialize for us. As some of you may already know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terra Orb. Normally, Professor Gibble would be of the Dragon type, but by terrestrializing, it succeeded in changing its type. So, class, what type of these lovely collection of flowers above Professor Gibble's head represent? Excellent, Derek! Full marks for you! These beautiful flowers blooming above Professor Gibble's head show that it has now become a grass type. The shape of the Terra Jewel above a Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. To summarize, if an opponent's Pokemon terrestrializes during battle, observe a Pokemon's Terra Jewel closely to see which type it has become. Choose effectively and moves accordingly. It is my sincere hope that today's lecture will help you all achieve beautiful victories. The terrestrial phenomenon is indeed a fascinating and deep subject to discuss. That is it for today, class. Thank you, Professor Gibble, for your help. So now we gotta knock it out. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, we're by a nurse's office, right? Alright. Time to beat it with Mr. Saguaro. Put away your phones. It is time to begin class. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effect that you can get from food on your picnics. You can receive meal powers and even restore HP for all the Pokemon in your party. It is a truly convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you are aware, it is not suited for use in battles, when you cannot make food or when you wish to restore HP quickly. In times such as those, you should make use of healing items, such as potions, which you can find purchased from Pokemarts or the school store. Healing items are immediately effective and can be used any time that you can open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions restore 20 HP, Super Potion restore 50 HP, it used to be 50, and Hyper Potion restore 120 HP, it used to be 200. The pricier in the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind on how much money you have when you are stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are an inextricable part of traveling from place to place. What is it with some of these weird words? Inextricable? Inextricable? Just say important. That's an easier word. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. You find yourself within your Pokemon, but you have no potions. You are out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Master Derek, what should you search for when a precious situation with no way of healing your Pokemon? Search for items on the ground? Perfectly correct, Master Derek. I see you are well learned in survival techniques. Yeah. I've had a history of my mother kicking me out of the house when I was mostly 10 years old. If you see something showing in the ground, it is actually an item that has been dropped there. You may be able to find a restorative item, such as an Orange Berry or a potion in this way. You can use the R button to send out your Pokemon to pick up such items as well. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it would decide on its own to eat the berry during battle. Letting your Pokemon decide this timing for itself can be quite interesting. At any rate, if you find yourself in need of healing, I suggest you look around for shining items on the ground. If you can't find such items, then there are other methods you may employ for healing your... but I see the bell demands that topic. Wait. Our time here together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. You know what? Sure. I think we have time for one more class each. Then I'll have to do some other things in the meantime. Hello! Hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. I seem to remember teaching you all about the importance of eggs in our last class together. On that note, is everyone using their Pokédex? It registers that Pokemon born from eggs as well as those encountered via other methods, so don't you worry about that. And just so you know, I'm the one who developed the Pokédex app. It was way before I started teaching here at the Academy though. Back then, I was a researcher. In fact, Director Clavel hasn't working in education at the time either. He was researching alongside me at the same facility. We got to research the Pokemon together day in, day out. Those sure were fun times. I got yelled at all the time, though. Wait a second, how did I get into this? Pretty sure I was talking about the Pokédex. Anyway, today I'd like to teach you about catching Pokemon. As you all know, a great way to catch a Pokemon more easily is to first lower its HP. But there's another way you can get up your chances of a successful catch. Can you guess what it is? Well, that's right, Derek. Great job! The correct technique for making a Pokemon easier to catch is to inflict them with status conditions. Sleeping is a special effective status condition. It makes Pokemon drastically easier to catch. If you have a Pokemon that can use moves and then put Pokemon to sleep with Sleep Powder or Hypnosis, filling up your Pokedex will be a cinch. There are other ways to improve your catch as well, like using Pokeballs specifically designed to be effective against certain Pokemon. Eating food that gives you catching power works too, or sneaking up on a Pokemon from behind to catch them by surprise when you start a battle. If you're having trouble, you may want to make the round to the gym to get gym badges. Earning gym badges will make it easier to catch Pokemon of higher and higher levels. Please do come show me your Pokedex once they start to fill up. Another day, another enjoyable class. Oh yeah, don't forget, our next class will be a test. Midterms. It's always one of those torturous moments throughout high school and college. Midterms. Ugh. And you know what the worst part is? Some of those midterms actually carry over to the finals. Not even joking. At least here in America. Hello everyone, let's have fun class today. Tell me, do you all enjoy fortune telling, horoscopes and the like? I think it feels great to read your horoscope and see when it says good luck is coming your way. So today I'd like to teach you all math while focusing on the topic of luck. Perhaps you have been seeing the following phrase crop up during Pokemon battles before. A critical hit. When a Pokemon attack lands a critical hit, the damage is dealt and is increased by half. In other words, it does 1.5 times as much damage as it normally would. It is truly luck that determines whether your Pokemon lands a critical hit or has a 1 landed on it. This can cause a great upset in battle. Does anyone know what percentage chance a Pokemon has of landing critical hits? Oh, crud. I want to say 12%. Oh my, this might be a bit too critical for a situation, Derek. The chances of landing a critical hit is a 1 in 24, which figures at roughly 4.17%. That was close. But yeah, it's okay. The odds are more favorable for certain moves though, while moves such as Stone Edge and Shadow Claw have a 12% chance. You can also use a move called Focus Energy or an item known as a Dire Hit. Both raise the critical hit ratio by 2 stages. That's a 50% chance of landing a critical hit. Feels great to land a critical hit, but perhaps not so great to be struck by one. There's a surprising amount of mathematical probability hidden in Pokemon battles, you know? If you're able to do the calculation that'll swing luck in your favor, it may open the door for more strategic choices for you during battle. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Next class will be our fun midterm exams. I hope you all been looking forward to it.
I am not.
And of course, history was probably my least favorite subject where I had to work on those midterms and finals. I am glad that my last history instructor that I had was like 100 times better than the one that I had in my second year. Good guy though. I miss community college. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. Today we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. As you should remember from our last class, Area Zero's a great era of exploration that began about 2,000 years ago. This era lasted for approximately 1,000 years, but not a single soul was ever able to venture all the way to the deepest reaches of Area Zero. Having poured much of its human and financial resources into the exploration of Area Zero for so long, the Paldanian Empire fell into decline. 200 years later, or 800 years ago, the Empire and its surrounding nations united into one entity. This was the formation of Paldea as we know it today. Ah yes, this very academy where you're now filling your young minds with knowledge was also apparently established at that time. In fact, the school's building, though certainly haven't undergone repairs through the years, is just as it was when it was built so long ago. This very structure is a piece of history. Things of old are truly splendid. I would certainly prefer it not to have the Pokeball portion, though a relatively new addition. Aha! Perfect time to make eye contact, young Derek. Let's see if you were listening to my lecture. Tell me, approximately how many years ago was this academy of ours established? 800 years ago. Correct. I see the look of concentration on your face was indeed just that. I hate nothing more than when a student only pretends to listen. This account was constructed exactly 805 years ago. To be precise, in other words, our academy is 805 years old. At the time, it offered state-of-the-art facilities and a uniquely innovative curriculum. As such, people used to say, those seeking knowledge need look no further than the grapes of Paldea. That's right, they were referring to Ouya Academy. It is said that there's a proverb of sorts that was even used outside of the Paldea region. Oh, is that time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. Our next class will be our midterm exam. Bring those wonders of history into the forefront of your minds in preparation. About that. Alright, Salvatore. Bring on the noise. That almost rhymes. Noise, Salvatore. But wrong ending though. My dear friends, how are you all today? You certainly look fantastic. It's time for another one of Salvatore's languages and lessons. Editor of Prey. Are you ready? Is it about prey? Are you ready? Treat bread. Very good. My lessons are not a one-way street. No, none. I am tres when no one speaks up. Very sad, that is. In our last class, I believe I taught you all about to say delicious in another language, right? In le cours de la today's class, we will learn about a very special phrase that you can put into when the time is just right. Yo te ti amo, day. Does anyone know what these phrases means? I love you. Just think how much I like you guys. At least for those who are visiting me for the first time, I have no idea what I'm doing. Fantastic, Derek! Correct! You deserve a medallion d'or. A gold medal. Just to me, ti amo, te. These are three phrases you may know, I think. Why? because they are quite famous in a way to say I love you. Oh my, have I embarrassed you all, my friends? What timid little girl can say if frivolous? Shy boy, he goes, that is. It's so very important to express your feelings about things to others, you know. This is especially true for the positive emotions. Astro, I don't need you right now, thank you. If you get married someday and argue with your spouse over some silly little thing, all you have to do is apologize and say I love you. It's your brain. And all will be well, that is. I should know. Well, just last week I had a big argument with Mama Faye, my dear wife, that is. But I was so quick to say I'm sorry and all was well. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you one of my wise words of advice. It's best to be quick to apologize when you have an argument with someone. That goes for your families, friends, and your crushes. I know you can do it. I believe in you. On her project course, our next class will be the midterm exam. Be sure to review what we learned and all our lessons so far. Adios, Montane! Well, might as well have some fun with this. Because we're going to combat class. Another day, another round of battle study. Also, let's get right to it. Last time we learned about Terra Ray battles. Did any of you have a chance to try them out? Terra Pokemon are super strong, and the more difficult ones will use an even tougher tactics that you'll need to deal with. I'm talking about the Terra Shield. We haven't seen this yet. What happens when a Pokemon has its Terra Shield up, you ask? Well, it'll take way less damage for one. It has a big effect on morale too. When trainers see that shield go up, they feel doomed. There's like no way to win the battle. So here's a question for you. If the Pokemon you're battling puts a Terra Shield, what should you do? Terrestrialize and attack it. That's right, you're a regular Terra Ray battle master, aren't you, new kid? Regular attacks don't work so well against Pokemon that have their Terra Shield up. But having your Pokemon terrestrialize is an effective method to overcome that issue. A terrestrialized Pokemon will do more damage to shield a Pokemon, especially if it uses moves that match its Terra type. Dealing enough damage to a Pokemon that is Terra Shield up can destroy the shield and break the Pokemon's stance. This means that it'll importantly to properly time your terrestrializing and Terra Ray Pokemon battles. In conclusion, as they say, fight fire with tire and Terra Pokemon in Terra battle. Terra Pokemon with Terra Pokemon, I can't read today. Be sure to work together with your teammates to smash through your opponent's Terra Shield. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we're out of time once again. Next class will be our midterm exam. Not exam. Aim for a perfect score. Also! Don't worry, we're almost done. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. I've been told that my previous lecture about the Trestle phenomenon was very well received. Thank you for all your kind words. In fact, Miss Dendra specifically requested that I impart even more battle knowledge to my students. So I decided that today we will take another look at how a Pokemon can terrestrialize. And of course, here's Professor Gilbo to help us. Now then, Professor Gilbo, if you'd be so kind as to terrestrialize for us. Now what do we have here? Last class is a grass-type terrestrialization, but this time, we have something of a different shape. Observe, a pterodactyl resembles a snowflake. Its dendritic shape is stunning to behold. It is a little chilly standing so close to it. So class, what pterotype do you imagine this jewel might represent? Excellent, Derek. Full marks for you. The reason there's a snowflake shining above Professor Gilbert said is simple. It is now an ice type. Because Professor Gilbert is currently the ice type moves would not be very effective against it. Keep in mind, usually they would deal quadruple damage to Gibble. Now, here's some trivia about snowflakes. Well, snowflakes can come in many different shapes. In size, most are classified as hexagons. Just think about it. Snowflakes fall from the sky, taking similar shapes without anyone saying they must. Do you not feel the great mystery of nature? The beautiful enigma we live in? This is a bit of a tangent, but Mr. Jack's classes are also hexagonal, aren't they? I almost forgot to mention that you can change a Pokemon's Pterotype at the Treasure Eatery, located in Medali. Though I must say the cook there is a little prickly. You'll need to get on her good side if you want her help. Now, come prepared for next class, because it is time for your midterm examination. Thank you for today, Professor Gibble. And once again, we need to knock it out. I mean, we kinda have to. It's for teaching's sake. Home EC, or home ec, that's what they call it. Home education. I wish that this one was in more classes, because they should start doing this back in elementary school. We didn't have that. The only thing that I had that was close to it was a cooking class, and that was a semester class in my freshman year. Come on! Put away your phones, it is time to begin class. In my last class, I taught about HP restoration. However, after class, I was asked by several of you about power points, commonly known as PP. When a Pokemon loses all its HP, it faints and can no longer battle. What then happens to a Pokemon when it loses all of its PP? Perfectly correct, Master Derek. Perhaps you know this from personal experience. Yeah. Oh, roughly maybe 23 some years of it. Mainly grew up with Gen 2, but Pokemon Yellow was my very second game that I played. Don't know why I'm talking like that. When a Pokemon runs out of PP, it can no longer use its moves. However, each move has its own stored PP, so you can mitigate PP losing by using a variety of moves rather than just one move repeatedly. If a Pokemon loses all PP and all of its moves, it will only be able to use Struggle, an action that also damages the Pokemon that uses it. In order to avoid this predicament, PP can be restored at Pokemon centers along with HP. Items such as Ethers and Max Ethers can also be used to restore PP. Be careful not to confuse potions with Ethers in the heat of battle. However, Ethers are not sold in shops, so you should use them judiciously if you find them. The stronger the move, the lower its maximum PP. Do not waste the uses of these moves unless you wish to quickly run out of PP. It is important to find and balance it in a Pokemon's set of moves. As you can see, HP is the only thing you must keep an eye on while adventuring with Pokemon. You also forgot to mention Lepa Berries to restore hitting PP as well. Same thing as with an Ether. Oh, and Elixirs too. I hope you will all take care to ensure that your partner Pokemon can perform at their best and they each engage in the treasure hunt. Our time together has come to an end for today. Our next meeting will be an examination day. Be sure to review all well in preparation. We won't be getting into the midterms yet. But don't worry, we will hit them for when that time comes, and I ain't looking forward to that. So, I think we got some time to kill. I think it's it's about time that I show up a little bit more for what our little boys of Poke Portals can do for you as well. Terror Raid battles. I don't know if I showed this off already, but I'll do it anyway. So, the more gym badges that you have, or pretty much how well your progression of the story is, the more powerful Terror Raid battles that will come in for you to choose from. Let's go ahead and do this one. I believe that's an Indeedee. One of the more interesting psychic types. I will warn you, sometimes the connection on this one's not going to exactly be at 100%. But, lucky for us, we can make it happen. And holy crap, I already got some people that are willing to help us out with this from elsewhere. In fact, are they Japan? I'm willing to bet you the two of those is Japanese, so let's do it. And also, I have to say, this is probably one of the funniest things that one could ever happen in Terror Raid battles if you're this progressive in the story and your buddies that are able to take on things from higher levels. Shiny Rayquaza? What? We got a Metal Winner, and I don't remember what that other Pokemon was, but look at this. I might not have to do much of anything. Relic Song. You see, look at this! Oh, okay, yeah, it was a Houndoom. I guess I could have seen what they were at the beginning, but this is actually kind of funny. And of course, for the Pokédex sake, we're doing it. Terra Throw! Click. Indeedee. Okay, alright, I approve. You can never tell when these things could come in handy. You can never tell. The only thing that I would recommend, if you're gonna go for random, be absolutely sure that you are aware of your own power level compared to everything else that you're going to be seeing later on. Trust me, I might have just saved you a little bit of some... Oh! Yeah, save you a little bit of some... Oh! Save you the satisfaction of getting destroyed in battle. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of some catching sprays off screen, so... Alright. I think we have time for maybe 2 more. Alright. Let's see which one I'm going to do next. Well, I guess random it is! If you join a random Terror Raid battle, but then quit the battle before it is over, you will be blocked from joining random battles for a time. Try your best to play in an environment with a strong and stable connection. I guess maybe 1, depending on how long this connection will last. Yeah, these random ones can take a while, but with the way how things are right now, how bad can it be? Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Okay, let's try it again. I guess I probably should mention that some things may not be fully accessible to you because these terror raid battles can also happen for some occasion in the DLC as well. I guess worst case scenario, I'll just do a couple of surprise trades and then we'll just carry on from there. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, alright. Oh, this one's name's Lilligant. Hi, Lilligant. I spy what appears to be a scene. True. You're using a Giratina? Really? Overkill much? But then again, these guys are probably way into the game. They're working with Union Circles, and there are some things that's gonna happen in Union Circles and that I'm gonna have a hard time getting access to because the Union Circle sucks! And not in a good way. Uh-oh. I guess that person must have heard me from across the... And, oh, okay. So we have a Milotic, we have a Quaquabell, a Meowscarada, and... Oh. Okay. We have something that I technically have never gotten before. Oh my god! Oh my god, is that what I think it is? I can't fully tell, but... Because if that's what I think it is... Oh man! Come here and let me cuddle you till I'm cold! Terra Throw! How am I getting this lucky? With some of these things that I'm showing to you guys! It is! It's a shiny! A shiny Alolan Sandshrew! Oh, it's so cute, I just want to squeeze it to death! That actually hurt a little bit. Oh, man. Wow! How am I getting this lucky? We have no ways of getting it registered yet, but... Okay, I need to look at this. I need to see this. It is a shiny Alolan Sandshrew! Alright, let's see here. Snow Cloak. Interesting. Plus speed, minus defense. Not quite sure how I feel about that, but... Wow! Okay. I'm gonna test my luck a little bit more on this. I am going to do a surprise trade. And I caught this Lilligant a while back. So let's do it. Let's go. And now we wait for a few seconds. Just when I was about to hit the stairs. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna be surprised by this. Is it gonna be something good? I think not. It must have came from an egg. Let's see here. All the way from Japan. Whoever gave me this are from Japan. Thank you. Okay. Now that I've had all that fun and exciting out of the way, I think it's about time to go and end things off from right here. Because, holy moly, 8 balls of fur! I think that's not going to be quite the moment that I'm probably never going to forget for the rest of my life. Well, for now, that is. But forget all that! Because now it's time for us to hit the place where it hurts hard further to the north. Next time, we begin our ascent at Glaciado Mountain. And hopefully maybe find out more of what's going to become of the next member of my team. It could be here. It could be out there. Or maybe it might not even be in this region. See you guys then.